date night dinners. Whether you've been dating 4 months or married 40 years, you need to make time once a week to have a special meal with the one you love. And today, I have a very good friend of mine that I love so dearly, Rhonda Marco. We've known each other for years. And she has a blog, a very popular blog here in Nashville called MyMostRequestedRecipes.com. I urge you all to check it out. Not only are the recipes wonderful, but the stories keep me coming back reading for the next episode. It's like a thriller, though it's all very heartwarming stories about your mom. And I enjoyed meeting your mom the other day. We had lunch together. And besides a good date night dinner, you want to have a good date night dessert to end a good date night dinner. What's some of your favorite date night desserts?
My favorite dessert is strawberry shortcake. I love whipped cream. I love fresh strawberries. I love fresh fruit in any dessert.
And this time of year, I've got to admit, I'm a chocoholic, but I'm trying to watch the waistline a little bit. And nothing is better at the end of the summer than fresh peaches. And so I went to the farmer's market. I got some fresh peaches. And, you know, you and I sort of come up with recipes the same way. We start with the base recipe, and then what do?
We improvise.
We improvise. So I was thinking about it. I got invited to a friend of mine's house, and she invited me over to grill out. And so I said, well, what would go good on the grill? So we were going to do some sausages and some grilled corn. I thought, what kind of fruit would be good? Well, peaches are good to grill. And then I started thinking, what would be good on top of that? And I was in the grocery store and saw Marscapone cheese. I go, that's a sweet cream cheese. That would be incredible. Well, what can I mix with it to really elevate the ordinary to extraordinary? I have a lot of mint that grows by my stream, and honey, you know, natural sweetener, and I mix it together, and it's just phenomenal.
I can't wait to taste it.
So what I'd like you to do is why don't you explain to people how to cut a peach in half and split it, because some people are intimidated and what to look for in a peach, while I chop up some mint.
Okay. Well, what I do is I just go with the natural line of the peach, and I cut it in half. I go all the way around, kind of like you would an avocado, and then you just twist it, and it opens up. And you can take out the pit on the inside. That's as simple as that.
Right. Now, if you want to cut those and put them on the plate, and then brush them with canola oil.
Sure.
And the reason we use canola oil, now, if we were during the day, we'd probably grill outside, but regardless, outside or inside grill, you want to use canola oil so it doesn't stick. Now, when I chop mint, I do a thing called a chiffonade, which is French for ribbon. So I'll take 5 leaves and I'll roll them like a little cigar. And then I just chop them finely, and you'll see I end up with ribbons. Then I'll turn my stack 90 degrees and I'll chop the other way, and I end up with fresh chopped mint. Now, I'm going to tell you, when it comes to mixing the mascarpone cheese with the honey and the mint, you really have to go for your own flavor. If you don't like a lot of mint, use a little bit of mint. If you want more honey because you want it sweeter, so I'm probably going to put a couple of tablespoons in here. And this is raw honey. I bought this from the Mennonites, so this is like unpasteurized, pure honey, the good stuff. And then I sprinkle the mint in here. And if you'd like to take those, and I'll give you the tongs, and we've got some peaches working over here, just put them on. And you want to find, I think what's really important, Rhonda, is to find a peach that's ripe, but not overripe. Because if it's overripe, you end up with mushy. You're going to end up with peach soup. If it's too hard and not ripe enough, then you end up with a peach that never cooks. So it's a fine balance. So don't be scared to touch those peaches.
Those peaches were firm, but they were still tender to the touch, so I think they're perfect.
And peaches sort of have a thermometer in them. You know how you've heard that shrimp have a thermometer, they turn pink? And I know the camera can't do it justice, but do you see how, as it's getting cooked, it gets a little bit darker and moister as the juices come out? So when it gets about halfway up, you turn it over. Now look at that grill mark. Phenomenal grill mark. Now if you want to be fancy, you turn it at 90 degrees so you have what's called crosshatch. and then it'll look really fancy for your guests. Now, if we were on the outside grill, one of the tricks I like to use is when you turn the peaches over, you crosshatch them, you do it on another part of the grill. Because once the food goes on the grill, what ends up happening is it cools down that little part of the grill. Even if it takes it from 500 to 450, it's a little cooler. So by putting it on another part of the grill, you get fresh hot grapes to put in. And these are just, I mean, I am just ready to go to town on these peaches right now. And this is so simple to do, you will impress somebody. How does that taste?
Delicious.
We're friends.
Absolutely delicious.
Oh my God. Rhonda, that is
wonderful.
That is to die for. And, you know, part of food is you've got to make it look pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little dollop in each one. And I got to tell you, as good as these are for dinner, the next day when the juices firm up and caramelize for breakfast, it is phenomenal.
Oh, this would be great with bread pudding, or it would be good with French toast.
And you know what else you can do with this, Rhonda? With this base cream, you can take a tart, fill it with the cream, and then have sliced grilled peaches all on top, and then a dollop of the cream on top. And it would
So you just slice the peaches and you would grill them, and then you can just lay them right on top of your
And it'd be quick grill, and then you put them in a circle, and then you put a dollop in the middle. If you've got a piping bag, you can make it look real nice. And look at this.
I never thought of that.
Doesn't this look like something you have at a five-star restaurant?
I can't wait to taste it.
Okay, we've got to taste it because we've been sitting here.
Delicious.
Okay, I'm going to have to roll home after this. Well, if you like this recipe and other date night dinner and dessert ideas, go to datenightdinners.net. And remember, whether you've been dating 4 months or married 40 years, make time once a week to have a meal with the one you love.